Hi guys and welcome to the circus. So here we have another card fight for you guys. So this is gonna be yours truly on the left side playing my Baromagnes deck, and on the right side is gonna be Sir PJ playing his Zorga deck. So this is gonna be a proxy fight. We are using proxy cards of DBT02 cards, which is a very amazing set I would say, because we just got a lot of tools we can work with. Especially with Zorga, it just got so much more tools you can work with, but with the cost of just being able to not figuring out the correct build and the correct ratios and whatnot. So yeah, we went first. I ride Sonicer, soul charging a trigger. It's a heal, which is kind of bad, and just passes turn. Goes to Sir PJ's turn, ride Ranker Chain, Soul Blast 1, draw, and then draw from the starter. It's a +3 in hand, and then discarding an order, which is gonna be returned to the hand because of the dragon from the ride deck. So it's a lot of plus going second with Zorga. So okay, so he swings. I damage checked an over trigger very early. I just drew a card and then healed it out, and then right here we are sticking with 0 damage. So my over trigger was gone at that moment, which is pretty unfortunate, I would say, but that's okay. So let's just get it out of the way because we can be quite salty about it sometimes, you know. But either way, it's still pretty good. So we are going to be swinging with 10k. We drive checked a abnormality extraction, which is going to be really valuable. So he discards a nectar and then returns back to his hand his GDR, I believe. Yep, because of the dragon, he returns to his hand his GDR. Okay, so that's just a lot of plus for this ride deck going second. Okay, so what will he do next? So he will just swing for 10k on my Vanguard, drive check a Hendrina. I damage checked a Napier, which is a 10k shield grade 2 when you have 5 soul in your soul. So right here we are gonna discard a abnormality extraction, riding Baromagnes, putting to soul a copy of Sonicer, drawing a card, and then soul charge 1. So right here we are at exactly 6 soul. Actually, we kind of bricked here because we couldn't reach 10 soul on our first grade 3 turn. When that happens, there's something wrong. It's either you just bricked or there's something wrong with your deck. So yeah, in this case, there may be just something off with my deck that I need to change here. So yeah, we called an Expeller and an Appear, which is going to be very useful on the board, especially when our opponent is still on a grade 2 Vanguard, which is going to be a 10k base. So he guarded for 5 with a draw trigger. I used my skill of my Baromagnes to just CB1 and draw a card because we couldn't reach 10 soul, and he takes a damage, and it was a trigger, so my Napier wouldn't hit anymore. So right here he goes to his turn, discarding what card? Okay, let's see what he would discard. Okay, he discards a heal, rides Zorga. So right here, what will he do? Will he Alchemagic? Calls a Hendrina, using that skill to mill 3. There goes the over trigger. Bye bye over trigger. So 2 over triggers gone in this game. That is actually quite a very valuable information. So except for Zorga, Zorga can just ghost chase that away because it's a very valuable shield in hand. It's basically an over trigger to pass or a PG if the opponent checked the over trigger very early. Because just like this one, I checked my over trigger very early, so if he ghost chased that, it's a no pass or a PG equivalent to a PG, and that's very cool. He calls down the dragon. That is a 13k that gets +5k if you bound an order this turn. I believe that's a skill. So uses Alchemagic, I believe, to use that GDR, give +10k to the front row. Okay, so he took it back. He's thinking of what he will do here. He has a nectar in the drop zone, right? Okay, so oh no. Okay, no Alchemagic this turn. That's pretty interesting. So he swings at my Expeller here for 13k versus 10k. I was actually debating here if I could keep the Expeller because it's a soul charge. If I could just get one more card that can soul charge too, I'm set for a 10 soul turn on my 4th turn. That is very delayed. That is very unfortunate for my side here. So let's see. What will he do? What will I do here? I couldn't remember this match at all. So okay, so I just took the hit. Okay, so what will he drive check? Drive check a Headhunter and a grade 2. No, that order, that Soul Blast, and then mill top 4. So he just damage denies me, swings Hendrina on my Napier, and then passes the turn. I don't have any CBs or whatsoever, but I think that's fine. Okay, so let's see what happens here. He has a Hendrina on the board, a Zorga sitting at 2 damage. I'm at 0 CB available, but has 1 damage. I think I don't have a what's that card again? Selfish Engraver. And either way, if I did have a Selfish Engraver in hand, I wouldn't be able to use her because I don't have 10 soul. I called again another Expeller. So right here, I called Curtis, finally reaching 9. Yeah, just one more swing from Expeller will seal the deal, but I don't have any CB, so that's unfortunate. So I just swing with my Zorga with my Baromagnes against his Zorga for a 13k. He used a PG, discarding the GDR, get a heal. I didn't go off. I just put the power on my Expeller to make it able to hit the Vanguard because it needs to attack the Vanguard in order to soul charge. So we are now exactly at 10 soul at the moment. So swing for 13 at Zorga. He didn't check a defensive, so it will still hit. I don't know if attacking at the Hendrina will be worth it, but he could just intercept it away either way. But you know, I just swing there and then he guarded it anyway, so it's still fine. Right there, he did Persona Ride, so right here gives plus 10k to the front row, draws a card, just making everybody really big. So let's see what happens here. Alchemagic finally. So he Soul Blast 2, and then along with what card in the drop zone. So it's a GDR coming in hot. So apologies for the cost. We should have just paid the cost first for the GDR and the entire Alchemagic before performing the skill. So he calls 2 cards from the top. Okay, he calls 2 triggers. Well, that's pretty typical for a Stoicheia deck, I would say. Okay, so he calls a draw and a front, giving them plus 5k for the turn and dropping everything to the drop zone. He couldn't call the Hendrina because it will be just a useless card on the board. Swing for 23, I take the damage. He gets a draw, power to the dragon, and take 1 damage. So that was a PG going down, which is a very valuable information. Swinging for, I believe this is 30k. So this is gonna be a 30k attack here. No, it's not a 30k, it's a 40k. I take 1 more hit. It's gonna be a Napier going down. This is gonna be another very big number. This is a 38, and swinging at my Expeller, I just happily take it because there's no use for Expeller right now. So Persona Ride coming in hot, gets to how many soul? I believe 11. Yeah, let's see. Okay, that's 11, exactly 11 cards. I need 2 more cards I can soul charge to, and I'm good. I did draw from the the Persona Ride right now. I'll call Curtis. Come on, 1 more card. Maybe a Brother Soul, maybe a Abnormality Extraction. Let's see. Let's check our soul if we want something to fetch. I don't know if I have an I didn't remember if I had a Abnormality Extraction at this moment. So let's just see what happens. I need 1 more card that can soul charge 2, and we're 15 soul. That is very beautiful. Okay, Abnormality Extraction going down, CB1, and then we'll discard what card? Okay, let's see. What will he discard? What will myself discard from all right here? Okay, so I discarded a heal, soul charging 3 cards. I will fetch to my hand a front, so that is a 20k shield front, so that's pretty good payoff, I would say. And reaching 15 soul is very cool. So we are exactly at 15 because 11 from the Persona Ride and 2 cards from Curtis and 2 more from the Abnormality Extraction. So that's beautiful. So right here, we can scoop in the entire board. They don't have anything to ghost chase at the moment except for the front, I believe. So we swing for 23. He guarded for 15k, another 23, guarding again for 15k, and then we swing with our Vanguard. Let's see what we can call from our soul. So we swing. We are gonna go CB1, moving everything to the soul, draw a card, and call 2 cards from our soul. He is at 3 damage. I can swing for 2 crits this time. I can call 2 cards. So I call a Selfish Engraver and a Spartan from my soul, which is I believe the best option here. So, oh, I think I took it back and just called one Sonicer. Okay, maybe I have enough Sonicers in the soul already. So if I have like all 3 Sonicers in the soul, it's fine to call out the spare Sonicers to just push. So right here, I swinged for 2 crits. He takes the damage, get a heal, whiffs. I mean, it goes off. So he takes 2 damage, giving plus 10k to the front row and plus 10k to what you call it? Sonicer. So it's gonna be a very huge magic number. So it's gonna be we're gonna be swinging with our expeller, expeller, engraver here for a massive 20k, 30k, yeah, 40k. So he takes the damage and he gets a heal on 6 damage. That is very beautiful. So we are going to be moving that to the soul charge 1 and counter charge 1, and then we swing for 48, 58. That's a big Sonicer. He commits a PG, which is going to be means that he can survive. Persona rides, draw a card. Let's see what the Zorga player will do here. So looking at the board state, he has 5 damage. I'm at 2. I am in a pretty good situation. I'm counting my deck if in case he can survive my next turn. I can still, you know, optimize on it and be able to just do one more turn with my deck count. So right here, my hand size is actually very big. That is very beautiful. So he calls the Dragon CB1 from the drop zone and just Superior Caller from the drop zone. Is gonna be an 18k if he binds a overtrigger a order this turn. So let's see what will he do if he can finish me off this turn. I think yeah, I'll be dead. So what am I thinking of? So he used that order along with what order in the drop zone. Let's see. So okay, looking at my opponent's hand size, it's pretty decent, but I don't think it's enough to survive a 5 attack with Sonicers. So let's see. So okay, so he used that to retire my grade 1, and then along with what card? What did he alchemagic with? Was that a GDR? Oh no, Nectar. Okay, so he used that Nectar. Okay, giving everything to that dragon to have 2 crits. How many cards from the drop zone? Just 10. It's 15k. So if he has 15 or more drop, it gets a crit. So it's gonna be okay. So let's see what happens here. He Persona Road, and then right here he will swing for 23 with his Vanguard. I take the damage. First check at body condensation, spiritual body of condensation, and a PG, which is gonna be really useful. I damage check an expeller, nothing there. He swings for another big number. It's gonna be no, he didn't use GDR, so it's gonna be 20, 28, 30. I think this is 30, right? This is 30, and the other one has 2 crits. I'm counting my deck in case I deck out, you know, if I can still survive, or should I take more damage this turn or not? I don't know. I take the damage. I go to 4. I hit a defensive. Now that was a misplay, Vanilla. Don't do that. This is a 2 crit attack. I should guard this because I will die. So I PG'd that one, discarding the the Brother Soul, because I don't need a Brother Soul anymore. Let's see what we can do with this potential final turn. So right here we are gonna be not Persona riding because I don't have any other copies of Baromagnes in my hand. I have 5 cards in deck. So if we did draw already, so if we draw from the skill from drive check to in drive, so it's gonna be 3 remaining 2 cards in deck. So I call Selfish Engraver. This is gonna be a final turn because I don't have any other choice basically. So this is gonna be 15. Attack me again to counter charge, moving to soul. 15 again to move to soul again, doesn't really matter, and swing for 23, 2 crits, draw a card, putting everything to the soul, calling out my 2 remaining Sonicers in the deck. I mean in the soul, right? Yep. Very cool. So this is gonna be two 28k attackers, potentially more, with the drive checks. Commits a PG with a spiritual body of condensation, gets a crit, giving everything to that Sonicer, and then swinging with a 38k 2 crit Sonicer, and then he takes it and gets 7 damage. So yeah, that was a very cool game, and then we won there. This is gonna be this was a very good matchup, I would say, and we have a ton of cards remaining in our hand. And yeah, see you guys next time.